In this video, post-traumatic stress disorder and acute stress disorder will be discussed. With these stress-related disorders, both develop in response to a traumatic event or events. So what exactly makes an event traumatic? By definition, a traumatic event is marked by being exposed to actual or threatened death, serious injury, or sexual violence. Let's take a closer look at this by stepping into the question corner. For someone to develop a stress disorder like PTSD, the event must be experienced in which of the following ways? A. By directly experiencing it. B. By witnessing it occur to others. C. By learning that such an event happened to a loved one. Or D. Being repeatedly exposed to the details of a traumatic event. The answer to this question is A, B, C, and D. All of these ways of experiencing a traumatic event can lead to the development of a stress disorder like PTSD. So, do all people who experience a traumatic event develop a stress disorder like PTSD? The answer is no. In fact, most people will not develop post-traumatic stress disorder in response to a trauma. There are many factors that influence whether or not a person will develop PTSD, including the length of exposure, single versus repeated exposures, and the severity and type of the event. For instance, a man who is brutally assaulted is statistically more likely to develop PTSD than if he was in a car accident. For those who develop a stress disorder like PTSD, these disorders are marked by four major areas of disturbance. First, individuals who develop PTSD often feel haunted by the event, what we call intrusion symptoms. These individuals are often plagued by recurring nightmares, intrusive memories and thoughts, and even sometimes feeling like the event is happening again, called flashbacks. Second, these individuals will begin to avoid internal and external cues linked to the event. They go to great lengths to avoid thoughts, memories, and feelings associated with the event. Even further, these individuals will often begin to avoid people, places, and objects they associate with the event as well. Third, individuals with PTSD will experience negative alterations in their thoughts and their mood. For example, they might experience persistent negative emotions and distorted thoughts. They might even forget some or all of the event. We call this amnesia. Often these individuals will feel detached from others. Lastly, PTSD is marked by a persistent state of physical arousal. These individuals are often irritable, exhausted, and have issues with sleep. Okay, so now that we know the symptoms, how is post-traumatic stress disorder different from acute stress disorder? In order to be diagnosed with acute stress disorder, these symptoms must be occurring for more than 3 days, but no more than 1 month. If the symptoms continue to persist beyond the 1-month marker, this suggests that it is a more chronic condition, and it would then warrant a diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder.